It's Monday, March 16th, 2020, and here's what's happening. Officials from the city of Jamestown, along with Chautauqua County, have declared a state of emergency in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. What you need to know is just seconds away. Plus, the indictment against an area native accused of arson has now been dismissed.
And a look over Lakeside Park in Mayville shows you the clouds that are starting to thicken up across the area, but it will be dry through the afternoon, but changes are on the way. We'll talk about it and more as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Our top story, Chautauqua County's executive, P.J. Wendell, issued a state of emergency yesterday, effective at 5 p.m. for at least 30 days in the wake of the global coronavirus pandemic. Wendell spoke during a press conference in Mayville. He says the state of emergency gives officials more leverage when it comes to dealing with this growing outbreak.
This state of emergency helps clear the way for procurement of goods and services as this evolves. And again, those executive orders will come out as they need. I'm very optimistic that, with the help of this team and the residents of Chautauqua County, we'll do the right thing, as we always have in any sort of trying time. But I just want to urge everybody that as the news needs to be, put out to the community, we will have daily briefings and keeping everybody apprised of current situations.
Now, the county's Commissioner of Health and Human Services, Christine Schuyler, is reminding people to wash their hands frequently and stay home if they feel sick. Overall, the threat to the public remains low, with elderly and people with weakened immune systems remaining at the greatest risk for attracting the virus.
As of today, we have 2 persons in precautionary quarantine. 4 persons in our county have been tested for COVID-19 to date. 3 of them have been negative, and 1 of them is still pending. Now, while there are no positive cases in our county, I do feel that it is inevitable. This is a pandemic. The COVID-19 disease is here in our state. It's in our neighboring states, and it will come. That's what a pandemic does. That doesn't mean we have to be panicked about it, because most people who get this disease are going to be very mildly ill.
Now, Cattaraugus County also issued a state of emergency, which is in effect for 30 days. Many of their schools are set to close on Wednesday. Here in Chautauqua County, many schools are also closing due to the virus. Jamestown Public Schools has announced a comprehensive plan to keep kids fed. Superintendent Dr. Brett Athorpe spoke just an hour ago at a press conference here in Jamestown.
Our staff are working today. They will be putting together packets for elementary kids, distributing iPads for middle school kids, and computers for high school kids who need it. Our food service workers have already started working this past weekend, and they're ramped up to deliver up to 5,000 meals a day throughout this event.
Now, Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist issued a state of emergency for the city today. Sundquist is reminding residents not to panic.
This is not a case of if it comes to Jamestown, but when it comes to Jamestown. More than ever, we need decisive leadership in both our government and our schools to prevent any further spread and ensure the safety of our residents and our children. We want to be able to prevent the spread as much as possible. We want to encourage our residents to avoid touching their eyes, nose, mouth. Please stay home if you can and limit your interactions with others. Maintain a safe distance between one another in public. Stay calm. Don't panic. We've seen a lot of rush of people trying to buy toiletries and things like that at different stores. There is no need to panic to go buy all of those things.
Now, Jamestown area Tim Hortons stores are closing their dining rooms amid the coronavirus outbreak. In a post on social media, the company says they're moving to drive-through only. They say the decision was local rather than corporate. And the move was made to protect the safety of employees, their families, and customers. Now, New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo previously stated that all bars and restaurants will now be limited to half capacity as they react to the virus. And the National Comedy Center announced last night that it is closing the Comedy Center and the Lucy Desi Museum temporarily, effective immediately until further notice, as precautionary measures to the virus. The Comedy Center says their highest priority is keeping its visitors, employees, and volunteers healthy and safe. Officials say, although there are no cases of the virus, the closure is necessary to limit the spread of the virus in conjunction with the recommendations from the CDC and government officials. The National Comedy Center will publish updates regarding the museum's reopening date on its website and social media platforms once a date has been determined. Well, in other news, New York State's 4th Appellate Division ruled Friday that they've unanimously dismissed the indictment against a 22-year-old Jonathan Young, who was charged in connection with the numerous fires in the Jamestown and Falconer area. The Chautauqua County District Attorney's Office previously appealed the decision from Judge David Foley, dated February 8th of last year, suppressing statements that Young allegedly made to the Pennsylvania State Police. Young was indicted on 14 counts of arson and 11 counts of criminal mischief. Now, WNY News Now reached Chautauqua County Public Defender Ned Barone for comment on Friday. Barone tells us that Young and his defense team are thrilled with this outcome, particularly as the case became a win for what Barone says is the fundamental rights of individuals. Chautauqua County's District Attorney Patrick Swanson declined to comment when he was reached on Friday. We will continue to follow this case for updates. According to the Chautauqua County's jail inmate list, Young has been released. Lakewood Bus Dive Police are looking for those responsible of vandalizing Lakewood Park. Officials say the vandalism took place on Friday. Photos posted online by the former village mayor show that playground equipment, signs, and trash cans were all spray painted. Those who may have information or security camera footage in that area are asked to contact Lakewood Bus Dive Police via telephone at 716-763-9563. We have more information at WNYNewsNow.com. Hopefully everyone is having a good Monday, and we thank you for joining us here on WNY News Now. And I'm sure a lot of you are talking about our top story today, how the novel coronavirus continues to develop here in New York State and now here locally, with officials sounding the alarm, declaring a state of emergency. We remind you that this is not a concern for panic. The state of emergency, according to Chautauqua County Executive P.J. Wendell, allows government officials to increase authority in buying products that the county may need and to continue their efforts to stop the spread of the virus. And we will keep you updated as we learn more. Every day we will be reaching out to officials for updates on this, and we thank you for tuning in to us as your source for news. Let's check in with the comments and see what people are saying. Hello to Wanda. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to Missy. Lisa, greetings to you. Lori, good afternoon. And good to see Mark here as well. Wanda says, has he been remanded to prison in Pennsylvania, or are we supposed to wait until he gets caught again in regards to the Jonathan Young case? There are not a ton of information from this. We are waiting to hear back from the district attorney's office, which they will likely explain what's going to happen next, because they do have an option to refile charges in that case. However, we don't know if that's going to happen or what's going to happen, but just according to the county inmate list, Young has been released, and we'll continue to follow that story as well. I'm Matt Hummel staying on that, but either way, the court in a big decision effectively ending the case currently in Chautauqua County, and at this point, Young is not in Chautauqua County custody, and we'll continue to update you and bring facts on that level. Let's switch gears and get a check of our First Defense weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is here with more on that. Happy Monday to you, Dakota.
Happy Monday, Justin, and I hope you all had a great weekend here. And I am not seeing myself up on the chroma key wall as our technicians scramble to fix that. So let's take a look at satellite and radar composite. You can see there, hey, there I am. And you can see here that we had nothing going on across the area today, but you can see the clouds starting to thicken up from west to east today. So again, the sunshine that we have will be starting to go behind clouds. But again, I don't think a whole lot of clouds though. But again, it turns mostly cloudy for the afternoon hours later this afternoon. Here's a live look downtown from the HD News Now cam. You can see just the high, thin clouds out there right now. 40 at the airport right now with a south wind of 8 miles per hour, and the wind chill is down to 35 degrees. So all in all, this is a seasonable day. This is around where we should be for this time of the year. 40 was the official high yesterday. We were managed to squeak that out later in the day. 44 is now our average high for the day. 82 degrees and 1 little lonely degree are in the record books for today, both set back in the 1990s. 3 more days to go until the official start of spring. It officially arrives this Thursday, and I know you guys are looking forward to that. Let's take you through the hour-by-hour forecast today. Temperatures lower to mid-40s through the day. Sunshine going behind clouds in the afternoon. It turns wet tonight, but we do see some signs of rebound later this week and something special today. We'll talk about that during the final weather segment at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Justin?
All right, Dakota, looking forward to it. Thank you very much. Coming up next, Brian Papalea. He's with the Chautauqua County Humane Society. He'll be in studio to discuss how the coronavirus is affecting their group and the status on a number of dogs that were recovered from a home here in the county. That and more when WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Every cookie sold in the Girl Scout Cookie Program helps girls learn lifelong lessons in people skills, decision making, money management, goal setting, and business ethics. It's amazing how much you can learn from a cookie. The Girl Scout Cookie Program. Think outside the box.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. On Mondays, Brian usually joins us with a furry friend.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
But today, and probably going forward as we continue to navigate through the coronavirus pandemic that is unfolding in collaboration with WNY News Now. I know we've been talking about it pretty much in the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
But we're going to kind of pause the dogs live in the studio for now, just for safety of everyone here and for the animals and for people at the shelter. But I did want to get an update from you while we have you here, because this was another big story last week that pretty much broke, where the Humane Society, in collaboration with the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office, recovered 14 dogs from a home in Panama.
Yeah.
What's the latest in that case, and how are the dogs doing right now?
Well, actually, I have some good news. We had 2 of them went home over the weekend. Out of the 14, there were 3, one still up for adoption, that were behaviorally and physically ready, because obviously that's a concern. And then also we have the 11 still that in different degrees of needing that behavioral work, needing that the medical attention, that sort of thing. And it's not dire medical attention, but just rehabilitative, to be ready for adoption. So it's a good set when they go home. So it really is. It's as good as it can be, I guess, the follow-up report at this point. And we're, of course, still looking if anybody would be considering to donate. Also, there's talk of maybe fostering They can all find that information at chqhumane.org or at our Facebook page. So.
And now, how did this get started? I know in a release you issued to the media, you said that the sheriff's office was contacted by residents who were concerned because they heard barking from that location. The sheriff's office, did they look into that and then contact you?
Yeah. In any case like this, they are definitely, the authorities are the front line in that. We don't have the jurisdiction to be able to go onto people's property or seize pets or anything like that. So yeah, the authorities are always the front line. Then we were contacted to go in, and of course the authorities had to make entry and all that kind of stuff. And our job is to make sure the animals are, safe and taken care of.
And I would imagine that must be really hard for sheriff's deputies and for your group and volunteers who maybe help out with that. Because conditions, you see it all the time, like on the Animal Planet, where they follow along with with different groups who rescue animals who are in pretty tough situations. Are you at liberty to talk about what it looked like?
I can describe about my personal situation, because I had never done this before. This was my first time to go out. I was just there to document, but I did end up helping. And I was like the bad boy of the whole thing, just to get that out. I mean, it wasn't. But so people were wearing the masks to kind of help the smell, and the masks weren't even helping. It was very bad inside, which you can see the pictures, which I know you had shared some on your page. And of the conditions and stuff like that. And it's just, for somebody like me who has never been in a situation like that, it's a game changer for how you can see how people can be to these animals at times. But also something that really stuck with me is, of course, some of the folks from the department, some of the folks from our organization made comment that this wasn't by far not the worst they'd seen.
Yeah.
And so that really stuck with me, because I thought, wow, this is something we need to combat. We need to, help, so animals don't end up in these situations, whether it's through education, because not all this stuff happens, in that criminal sense. But,
Were these dogs all from an owner at that location?
I don't
know that?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't have any of that information.
Okay. And certainly, I imagine as the sheriff's office continue their investigation, they'll try to keep us in the loop, and I'm sure as things get into the legal system. But for the dogs specifically, which I suppose is what's next for your group and how that will play out, the rehabilitation process, is that difficult for some of them?
Well, it's going to be. Yeah, I mean, because the conditions they came from, the life they had, going into the life that they can have, that's going to take a lot of behavior hours, a lot of, with our vet tech and the vets we work with, they're going to have to make sure that they're healthy. And it's a lot.
Yeah.
And then, because also with these situations, volunteers can't really help. So it is staff that's doing it and that sort of thing.
So with a situation like this, if the community wanted to assist in some way, what can they do?
Well, I think going back to the two core things, one would be if people are interested in fostering is big, and then donations, because like I had cited in the press release, just having the dogs for a week runs about $2,000, and that's it's a fact that the cost is a major part of this, for us to do. I mean, we do it one or the other, but help is good.
Right, absolutely. And kind of switching gears a little bit, now with the Humane Society, I know we spoke via email a little bit. What is the group doing now to try to continue to help animals in the community, albeit I'm sure especially for the human workers at the Humane Society, it's important to take precautions with the virus about.
We've been in meetings all morning. We're working on just ways to kind of limit people coming in and out of the building, what we can do to still serve the public yet keep everybody safe, whether it's the public, the volunteers, the staff, that sort of thing. So that I'm just going to ask people to watch our Facebook page, watch our website. We'll keep you up to date through that. Also, our Second Chances thrift store, which that will stay open, but they are, of course, like a lot of businesses, working extra hard just to keep everything wiped down, keep everything sanitary, and
And I know a lot of businesses, and one of the big concerns, at least from Governor Cuomo, was that they don't want a ton of people in one space. And it seems like yesterday, at least when I was watching TV, some stores locally have already updated their advertising to reflect that now they have a larger space. Are you with the store specifically, and maybe if someone did want to come in and adopt an animal, is it best for them to reach out to you first and see what it's like?
Actually, with the adoption process, what we're kind of asking people to do right now is if they see an animal they like on the website, everybody that's available is up there. You can fill out the application online for adoption. If you've done that, just give us a call. Say, hey, we'd like to come meet, and that's kind of a preferred method. One of the things we were talking about this morning in meetings is with schools meeting out and stuff. One of the first things, and which normally we're grateful for, and is hey, let's go to the Humane Society, let's see what we can do, or we're asking people this time to not do that.
Okay, so limiting volunteers.
Yeah, just to limit that sort of traffic going through, because again, we're just doing this for the public safety, for the safety of the animals and all that kind of stuff.
And I'd imagine as time rolls on, and things sort of get back to normal, you'll be updating on social media and things like that.
Yeah, we're going to keep everybody, because it is pretty fluid, how nobody knows how this is going to work out, so we want to keep as in communication and, with people, just because we want people to stay interested. We don't want them to think we're trying to turn them away or anything, just want to keep people in the loop so we all know what's going on.
Right, absolutely. And really the safety is one of the biggest things
for
that
sure.
I think going forward. And then this past weekend, you guys had a really successful adoption event, kind of got it in before everything started closing down a little bit.
It was amazing. We did at our St. Patrick's Day adoption event at Chautauqua Mall. We found homes for 14 animals, 2 of which were as I mentioned, the Panama dogs, or 2 of the Panama dogs. And then at the shelter also, because we stayed open through that, thanks to our great volunteers, we were able to keep both places. I think it was 20, we're not completely done yet because we have some PetSmart, but it was over 20 adoptions.
Wow.
In 3 days.
That's amazing.
And that is phenomenal.
20 new homes for new dogs and kitties.
And what's great about being able to be out and about is we're finding homes for some of our longer running residents. Like there's a dog named, now I'm blanking out on his name. He's a hound dog, and he's been with us for a while, and he is home.
Yeah.
Because it's just one of those things. People see the animals in a different light, and there it is. He was the first adoption.
Really?
And he had been with us for months.
Wow.
So,
and that's amazing to find that forever home.
Yeah, it is. It's to see that happen. It never gets old. It's just awesome to see the people connected and see, that happen. And it's just, we're hoping that this coronavirus thing just kind of, is shorter than longer, and we can get back to doing that. And like I say, too, we are still doing it, but it'll be in a limited fashion.
Yeah, certainly. So if you are looking to adopt a dog over this hiatus here, reach out to the Chautauqua County Humane Society. You can give them a call at 716-665-2209, or you can visit their website, chqhumane.org. Brian, thanks so much for being here. Hope to have you in.
I'll be back.
Maybe next week, maybe not. We don't know.
We'll see.
We don't know yet. We'll see what happens as time moves on, but we appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much.
Nevertheless. Let's switch gears and get a check of our forecast. Here's Dakota. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Justin, and hey, Brian, and the safety of the animals is definitely priority here because, we don't want the animals getting sick either. Here's a live look coming from the Warren City Bank here from, of course, downtown Warren. You can see the clouds starting to thicken up, but look at that low dew point of 15 degrees. That means the air is relatively dry, so when the air is dry, it ain't gonna rain. That's the basics of science. 23 is where we started the day today in Jamestown, 21 in Dunkirk, 24 in Erie, and 18 over in, over in Cat County. You started the day cooler there. Of course, the valley location started cooler. The colder air always sinks down into the valleys. We've actually rebounded nicely since then. We're at 40 here in town at the airport, 42 in Mayville, 44 in Fredonia, 46 by the lake in Dunkirk, 43 in Clymer, 42 Randolph, 34 in 34 in Olean, and the Lake Erie water temperature went up a degree. It's now up to 36 degrees. So pretty soon we're going to be taking our boats out on Lake Erie and enjoying the waterfront. Here's what's coming up here. So the clouds thicken up later this afternoon. We've been telling you that. Again, the sunshine we had will be going behind high, between high level clouds. Rain showers return tonight through Tuesday. A big warm up comes our way by the middle of the week, but as often is the case, it isn't going to last long, and the week is going to end rather soggy as we get another storm system move on through Thursday and Friday. Coincidentally, those are going to be our 2 warmest days this week. 57 on Thursday. Oh yes, how would you like 64 on Friday? But that high is deceptive. This is going to be an early morning high. The temperatures will actually slide through the 40s through the afternoon as we shove a cold front through the area. So again, this high is early. So by the time you leave work on Friday, it's not going to be this warm. So just be prepared for that. That's why we're telling you now, so that way you have a few days to prepare for that. Satellite and radar composite, nothing across the northeast, but if you peek right back here to the west, you can see our next storm system that's coming our way. This is part of what's coming our way tomorrow, especially tonight and tomorrow. Let's time it out for you on Future Scan. The in-house model shows nothing through the afternoon, so it'll be a dry afternoon with the air so dry it can't rain. Here we go into tonight. You can see the rain showers starting to increase from southwest to northeast through the nighttime. And the better chance for this tomorrow is going to be in the morning. Notice how as we go through time here, the rain kind of tapers off into more scattered activity. And then by the time we go into tomorrow afternoon, all this rain just hightails out of here. We may see a few sun breaks, especially tomorrow afternoon, but I think the majority of the afternoon tomorrow will be mostly cloudy after the rain ends. So zone forecast, the inland areas here, temperatures at least mid to upper 40s across parts of the area. Of course, the valley locations will stay a little bit cooler, but the clouds will thicken up through the afternoon. Lake Erie shoreline here. Erie, you may be flirting with essentially the lower 50s. Once again, partial sunshine at times. All in all, not a bad day with a south wind averaging 10 miles per hour. Here comes the future. Next 7 days of your life on planet Earth. 43 degrees tomorrow. Better chance of rain in the morning. 51 Wednesday, nice and dry. There's that 57 on Thursday. And again, Friday, 64 and falling, so that's why I put a sad face on there. Saturday, we're chilly down into the lower 30s, and then we rebound again for the second half of the weekend, dry and lower 40s. Sports is next. Don't go away.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Monday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. On Sunday, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks reeled in Gavin Kinney, a right-handed pitcher from Palomar Community College. A native of Encinitas, California, Kinney has appeared in 8 games this season with 2 starts. So far, Kinney is 2-0 with 24 innings pitched, a 3.75 ERA, and 16 strikeouts. In spite of the coronavirus concerns, the season opener for the time being is still on for May 29th versus the Capital City Reds. Up until the beginning of April, the JCC Jayhawks baseball and softball team schedules will be put on hold. The JCC baseball team had a total of 8 games canceled due to coronavirus after playing their first game of the season March 9th. They will return to action on April 4th for a doubleheader series against SUNY Broome Community College. Meanwhile, the softball team has yet to play a game and won't have a game until April 4th, also versus SUNY Broome Community College for a doubleheader. The team's first 8 games of the season were canceled. Over the weekend, the MLB not only canceled spring training, but also put opening day of the regular season on hold for at least 2 weeks due to the coronavirus concerns. The league is following through on this by disallowing group workouts, practices, among other group activities. On Sunday, a Yankees minor league player tested positive for coronavirus. With his name kept confidential, the Yankees minor leaguer now joins 4 other professional athletes who have tested positive for coronavirus. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
All right, Norm, thank you very much. Well, Dakota joins us now with a final look at weather, and you have something special. I don't even know about it, so
Yes.
this is special.
Nobody knows about it but the weather team, because we put this graphic together this morning and we kind of kept it hush-hush. So the graphic you see behind us, like the title says, near equal daytime and nighttime. Now, a lot of people think we get equal day and night, of course, during the spring solstice, which occurs on Thursday. Well, that's not exactly the case. As you take a look at the graphic here, tonight's sunset comes up at 7:25, and the sunrise tomorrow morning is at 7:24. So when you add all that together, we have 11 hours, 58 minutes, and 43 seconds of daylight and nighttime, near 12 hours equally today. It only happens a couple of days before the solstice, and it's generally the 16th of the month when we see near equal daylight and nighttime. So enjoy near 12 hours of daylight and nighttime tonight.
So the sunrise tomorrow, then, that's 7:24 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, not p.m. It says p.m. on your
Whoops.
graphic. I'm sorry. It's okay. I don't
I
mean
guess we should change that.
All right, I'm the Debbie Downer. I'm sorry. Whoopsie.
Oh, talk about a funny typo.
Well, hey, that's pretty cool, though. So, extra long walks, do whatever you got to do, because you can get out and enjoy it. Lots of sunshine. Dakota, thank you.
And the sunrise is 7:24 tomorrow morning. 7.
Oopsie. That's okay.
Oh, my gosh.
That's going to do it for us today. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We're back tomorrow. Hope to see you then.